Thank you so much, and thanks again to all of you for your interest in this very important initiative. We have many experts in this room, as you've heard, who can answer any questions that you might have about this cybersecurity program. This is an exciting next step in meeting the needs of people in West Michigan, and we are eager to get started. So together we can and we will create a thriving community for all. Thanks so much for coming. I want to open it up now to any questions that you have for anyone that you heard speak or anyone who knows better than me. Lieutenant Governor, yes.
And while we're waiting for him to come up, I want to make sure that people know that, yes, this is only in West Michigan right now, so please don't call 211 in other parts of the state. But fraudsupport.org, please take these with you, folks, if you need more. Bring them to your communities. Fraudsupport.org is our website that is serving the folks who don't have the 211 ability in their community. And we've already had 230,000 visits since November. And the #1 page is cyberbullying. #2 is romance scams. So our seniors and our kids need us. So if you don't have access to 211 cyber help right now, please go to fraud support and let your folks in your community know about that. So any questions for anyone here? Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you go to fraudsupport.org, you'll see, based on if you're a small business or an individual and you've had either a finance scam or a romance scam or a hacked account or hacked device, there'll be a list of different ways to take first 5 or 6 steps of recovering, where you can go to report, and then how you can reinforce your security afterwards. So for example, if someone has had a financial scam, one of the first things we tell them to do is contact their bank. And you'd be surprised, some of the folks that have called didn't know to do that first. So we want to make sure they get to the right place first. If they've been cyberbullied, we have some federal, state, and local victim advocate services. We're partnering with the Identity Theft Resource Center for folks who need help getting their identity restored, and they'll have a victim advocate who will work with them. We're partnering with AARP, who is here, who has an amazing fraud hotline for seniors that they may not know about. The Attorney's General Office has some resources. So there are lots of resources. I call it somewhat of the hotline issue. I have a slide that has about 20 hotlines on it. There is help out there, but we just need to help get folks to the right place the first time. And you can see more of those on fraud support. Yes. Yeah, so first there's 3 or 4 steps to take now. For example, if your computer's been hacked, unplugging it from the internet or something like that. So those types of immediate action steps to take to make sure someone is safe and they're preserving their equipment or whatever it may be. And then they talk to them about filling out the report for the Internet Crime Complaint Center. And in Rhode Island, we've had 50% of the victims who are calling filling out the IC3 report on the phone with the 211 call specialist. We had 1,400 people fill out the FBI form just going through our website in the past month. So we're increasing reporting exponentially, and we're only in a few small places. So pretty soon, that reporting number is going to go much higher. So we'll actually know how many people are impacted. So the Victim of Crime Act Fund is where we're pulling the dollars out of to pay for the staff and the programming. And each of those 211 call specialists will ask the victim if they qualify for the Victim Compensation Fund, if they need help with the application. But unfortunately, this is where the laws need to change. Victim Compensation Fund doesn't cover people with financial losses in cybercrime. So we're working with DOJ on that discussion, because right now, those types of victims don't actually qualify. So we're working on that. A few things we have to work on.
We're certainly proud to be an ally in this fight, and so yes, we want to make sure that people have all the types of supports and protections they need. And so there are things that we're going to explore both in terms of federal advocacy as well as some changes on the administrative level here at the state so that we can make sure that we are unlocking these resources so people can be made whole in Michigan.
One more?
One of the most fun things about this job is to be able to come and announce and be part of the groundbreaking for innovative new projects like this one. And we certainly, the reason that we want to bring attention to these projects, we want to bring attention to the potential for success, want to make sure that we're monitoring how it's going, is because as these programs demonstrate that they're having an impact, then we get a chance to work and organize and rally to extend them to other communities across the state and ultimately to every person who calls Michigan home. So we certainly will be paying close attention, we'll be closely aligned or closely allied with this project because these are the types of things that everyone deserves. It has to start somewhere. So it's good that it's starting here. And we want to make sure that there are learnings that are happening from this pilot so that ultimately it can be available to everyone in the state of Michigan because we're a little bigger than Rhode Island.
And just to add on, we do have 211 service in every county in the state of Michigan. And through Michigan 211, as we launch this successful pilot, we'll be able to utilize 211 and leverage that access and availability throughout the state of Michigan.
As far as recovering losses, we're working very closely with Secret Service and FBI local field offices. And if there are certain thresholds, that financial thresholds that the crime meets, depending on where someone lives, the type of crime, and the amount of money lost, the FBI has a new program called the FBI Kill Chain. And last year they brought back $150 million in wire transfers because they got to them in time. And so if we get someone who calls 211 because there's an easy place to go and they think of it quickly, and we find out and get them over to the FBI field office quickly enough, they may be able to recover the funds. So it depends on the type of crime and the losses, but we're working directly with those folks in the field offices. Well, thank you so much, everybody. This has been such an incredible honor to share the stage with these fine folks, and thank you to all of our law enforcement partners who do so much for us every day. And thank you. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you.
Thanks for all you did.
Yes.